All right, we have a series. Florida wins it in overtime. To talk about it, our friend Craig Button looking fantastic in a lavender suit. Craig, what was the main reason the Florida Panthers were able to get back into this thing and cut the lead down to 2-1?
I'm going to leave this up to you, Jay. How do you say it? Number 72, Sergei?
Oh, Bobrovsky.
Yeah, I can't do it like you, so I'm not going to try to do it. Listen, this game doesn't get anywhere near the Florida Panthers tying it up if it isn't for the brilliance of Sergei Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky in the second period was phenomenal. Third period, excellent. And yeah, he got a crossbar late in the game from Barbashev, but the outstanding play of Sergei Bobrovsky that we've seen in these playoffs was on full display in this game, in this important game. And a goaltender knows when he has no margin for error. At 2-1, he knew he couldn't give up another goal because there was no way Florida was going to be able to score two to tie the Vegas Golden Knights. So time and time and time and time, and I could just keep repeating that refrain. Bobrovsky was phenomenal, and they needed him to be phenomenal because they weren't very good in front of him. They broke down in front of him. They left a lot of wide open looks for the Vegas Golden Knights. But Bobrovsky, you talk about backstopping your team to a win. That's exactly what Sergei Bobrovsky did. The Florida Panthers do not win without his brilliance in the net.
And it's also because Matthew Tkachuk really wasn't himself for a lot of this game, Craig. He took a hard hit from Keegan Colasar early on and just did not look like himself, had limited ice time. And yet, with 2 minutes to go, once again, the Tkachuk legend lived on, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, and you find a way when you're not at 100% physically to try to give whatever you have. And that's what Matthew Tkachuk did. And that's what Matthew Tkachuk does. I mean, he starts off the Florida Panthers with a really nice play on a pass to Brandon Montour, just a little quick turn. And then he sees it, a little flip pass, and Montour has all kinds of time. You mentioned the hit. This is a big hit, shoulder to shoulder. And Keegan Colasar is a big player. So he's taking the brunt of a lot of force. But where does Matthew Tkachuk do his best work? Matthew Tkachuk does his best work in front of the net. Great play by Verhaeghe to shoot the puck off the pass, which doesn't allow the Vegas Golden Knights to get into the shot blocking lanes, and they turn around, and before they know it, they're pulling the puck out of their net. Matthew Tkachuk also made a great play on the overtime winner. He's the one that comes back through the neutral zone and turns the puck over and transitions, which leads to the Verhaeghe goal. So there's going to be times when you're not at 100% of your physical capabilities, but the effort for Matthew Tkachuk is always going to be 100%. I talked about Bobrovsky being so important to their win. Well, Matthew Tkachuk was important as well.
Do you think, Craig, that this Florida Panther team will be able to grab a little bit of momentum here and take it into Saturday night where they have a chance to even up Game 4?
So, you know, they gave up 2 power play goals. So 5-on-5, they can kind of hang their hat on their ability not to give up much to the Vegas Golden Knights in terms of goals against. But they gave up too many quality chances. They gave up too many great opportunities in their defensive zone with breakdowns. Penalties are their bugaboo. They cannot take the types of penalties that they took. Anthony Duclair offensive zone penalty, Sasha Barkov offensive zone penalty. They have to get their discipline in order, and they're going to have to be better than they were in this game because as good as Bobrovsky was, you can't just keep having him face those quality chances that Vegas directed at him. So absolutely, this gives them some air in their balloon, but they're going to have to really improve their game if they want to find a way to tie this series up in Game 4.
Craig, I'll tell you one way they can do it. Just send it to get it to overtime, and you can't beat Florida. They are 7-0 in OT in these playoffs, and they do have a chance to even this one up. Game 4 will be on Saturday in Sunrise. Craig, always a pleasure. We'll talk to you soon.